Tuesday, January 27th, coming up live on The View. It's a hair-raising hot topics, from the fallout over the Blago media blitz that hit The View yesterday, to the woman who just gave birth to 8 babies and plans on breastfeeding all of them, and the celeb who's going to make next season's Dancing with the Stars a little bit rock and roll. Plus, Liza's at The View, and she's telling the ladies how after being told she'd never perform again, she got her body and her voice in shape to bring down the house on Broadway every night. And she's taking the stage to prove no one can do it quite like her. And your whole season.
Liza Minnelli is a singing, dancing, strutting force of nature, and she has never sounded better here to perform. I Would Never Leave You from her new CD, Liza at the Palace. Please welcome the incredible Liza Minnelli.
People that I pass often ask me, how you been? How about this weather? Oh my God, you're looking thin. Though I'm flattered by complimentary chatter, we hardly get much farther than hello. I'll always tell you the things that really matter. The only thing you really need to know. So why do you ask? Where have I been so long? I've been right here, living my life in song. I've been around, I've been lost, I've been found, but I've never really been gone. I've had romances, put my heart out, took my chances. I've learned when it's time to move on. Oh, but I never left, though I've been left alone. With every breath, I am stronger on my own. The smoke has cleared, and look who's here. The same dame you've always known. Oh, I never left, and I would never leave you alone. But I've never really been I've learned when it's time to move on. Oh, but if I have learned one thing in life that's true, you're there for me, and I am here for you. The smoke has cleared, and look who's here. The same damn dame you've always known. Oh, I never left, and I would never leave you. Where would I go? Don't you know how much I need you? I never left, and I would never leave you alone.
when we come back. You see they're standing for you, baby. You see they give me a standing ovation.
With Liza Minnelli, and Don't You Ever Leave Us. And that song written by Billy Stritch, who is so wonderful on the piano and such an old good friend of yours.
He's fantastic. And another kid who works with me, Johnny Rogers, wrote that song. And Brian Green had the idea for it. So it was wonderful. It was brought to me by people, you know, who knew me very well.
So I have known you for a very long time.
Forever.
Forever. The first time I think we really talked, I was interviewing your mama.
Really?
Remember? Yes, your mother.
I was probably holding the water off camera.
Well, anyway, yeah, look at that. So,
yes, I was. I was holding the water.
So
Gay men everywhere are going wild now when they see that picture.
Liza at the Palace, Judy Garland was at the Palace, and I went to see you, went backstage. You sang, you danced, you moved, you kicked up the legs for 2 hours. What's it like to be back there now? After all this time, after 10 years?
Hard. No,
it's going on tour.
I've been on tour. Actually, Ron Lewis is really responsible for this show. He, you know, did the choreography.
And people said you don't do it.
They didn't understand about Kay Thompson, which, of course, everybody's turned into the RCA dog, you know. But Kay Thompson was my godmother, and she was the head of MGM, the music department.
She also did the most wonderful act. I sound like you've been there, done that. Kay Thompson and the Williams brothers, and one of the Williams brothers was Andy Williams.
That's right.
Yeah.
But Kay did Eloise.
And she wrote Eloise. I mean, this woman was remarkable.
Wasn't she in Funny Face, the movie with Audrey Hepburn? People might know her from that.
And she was your godmother.
Yeah,
so
she was a huge influence in my life. And so the second act is devoted to Kay and the lessons that she taught me that really got me through.
But you know, speaking of getting through, you've been through a lot in the last few years. You had, you had a very you had a
mine's just been written in
problems. I wrote them all. You contracted encephalitis, and you were told that you would never walk or talk again. Most of us have not gone through all of that. Well, so how did you get it all together again?
I didn't believe them. Denial. No, I thought my father taught me a great lesson. I once, came to him complaining about something that was going on. I said, I don't know how to do this, and this is so much trouble, and this, and that. I said, what do I do? And he said, well, think about it. And I thought, oh, crap, I have to think. And that's what I did. When I had encephalitis, they said, with all these doctors were around, they said, well, Miss Minnelli, this is going to happen. You'll never walk again. You may not talk again, but you're alive, And I wanted to say, gee, thanks, but I just looked at them. And when they left, I tried to talk, and they were right. And I thought, I panicked. And I thought, the only thing I know how to do is perform. I don't have the talents that everybody in this audience has. I have different,
for example, you can't do accounting.
I'm terrible, but I tried, but I couldn't even do that.
Yeah.
So it was, I'm lying there, and I remembered what my dad told me. He said, you can do anything if you think about it. So I started very slowly to count. A, B, C, and I just kept doing what I know how to do, and that's rehearse. And it did come back. If you do it enough, you retrain the brain. I work with brain-injured children, so I know a lot about how the brain works.
You've had a very full life, Liza.
I sure have.
Yeah, how many times have you been married? 4?
That's it.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Are you going to try that again?
Are you nuts?
I'm just asking.
No. Oh,
that's
my
it
God.
for you.
No, honey.
No more.
No. I mean, it doesn't work for me. It doesn't work. I mean, you go out with a man and, kind of like him and everything, and you sit down and somebody comes over and says, excuse me, may I have your autograph? And the guy kind of goes, yeah. The 7th time you go out to dinner, and somebody says, "Can I?" and he goes, and that's it.
Oh, you mean they get jealous and
They get bugged. I get bugged too.
Yeah, it's bugged. It does.
So it's
you can't go
hard.
out.
Oh, we know this. What? I'm going to stay home? I don't think
that's
so.
the problem.
But I like what you said. Liza, you said, and by the way, you are so beautiful. You are so beautiful. You look great. And your CD, Liza's at the Palace, it comes out this Tuesday. And we were talking about, it's a tribute to your godmother, Kay Thompson, who was an actor, a singer, entertainer, vocal coach. And
the best arranger in the world.
She also, she was known as the creator of the Eloise series about a little girl who lived at the Plaza. Now, was that maybe based on you?
Well, I think that because we lived at the Plaza for a while, and I did pour water down the mill chute, but I think probably every kid who ever lived there did it too. But that was in the book. But it was so imaginative, that book. I would have loved to have been that interesting when I was little. I was much, believe it or not, shyer and more quiet. And I think it was Kay's brilliant imagination. She was my fairy godmother. She was the most important influence in my life. You knew her.
I did.
Well, you know what,
And Eloise is her. I'm just telling you, she talked around it, but
it is
there
her.
is Eloise right there.
And Liza, we have a little surprise for you. We found a clip of you and Kay Thompson singing on the Mike Douglas show back in 1969. Take a look.
Kay. Oh,
yeah.
All kind of weather, what if the sky should fall? I don't know. Long as we're together. Where we going? It doesn't matter at all. I just remember what a great friend she was, and how funny.
What did she teach you? Some of the, in your act, you talked about some of the things that she told you.
Well, she taught me so many. She taught me so many things. She taught me. I think most
things she said to you that you lived by.
Oh, I think the most impressive thing that she ever did that really taught me a lesson. She didn't do anything simply. Kay was incredible. What she did was she put up 3 sets of doors in the apartment and said, I want you to look behind those doors. And I thought, oh, they're closets. And I looked in one, and it was a picture of Paris. And I thought, oh, wow, I love Paris. I looked in the next one. It was a picture of Rio de Janeiro. I said, this is my favorite site. And she said, oh, really? This next door is my favorite site. And I opened the doors, and it was a mirror. Thanks.
Whether it's Kay Thompson dancing or Liza Minnelli or your amazing, wonderful mother, everything that you do is so touching to all of us. We thank you, Liza. And everyone in our audience is taking home Liza Minnelli's new